Not everything makes it onto my website that I make, and very often it just gets thrown out. This is one I've just finished, just popped out of my head. I thought, you know, it's summer, but the evenings are quite cool, even though it's so hot in the day, and sometimes you still need a little bit of extra warmth when you're going out and about, especially as you're getting older. And this is a rather pretty little wrist warmer, which is very quick, very easy to make. Just pops on your hand like that. Nice and lacy. Wouldn't keep you warm in the winter, but just right for a cool summer evening. It's still attached to the ball of wool here. Where is it there? See, I haven't quite finished it, but I'll show you how to make one. Possibly might add a pretty edge into it, just to finish it off. I'm going to begin with a slip stitch. I've got a 4mm hook. This is double knitting yarn, probably best in cotton for the summer. I'm using acrylic. Begin with a slip stitch, cross over. There's your free end. There's that end, so that goes over the top like that in a loop. Just push a loop through from the free end. Grab hold of that loop, hold the ball end and tighten the knot. There's your slip stitch. Hold on to the knot and you can tighten it up by pulling on the free end, on the cut end. Pop it on the hook. And we're going to make 26 chain. So there's the 26 chain. I'm going to make what we call here in the UK a double crochet into the second chain from the hook. Now, if you're in America, you'll call that a single crochet. Insert your hook into the second chain. Make sure you've got 2 strands above. Pull the yarn through. Hook it up and pull it through. There's your double crochet. Then we're going to do 2 chain. Miss 2 chain. So there's the one that we've just worked into. I'm not on the right finger, am I? Sorry about that. Is that better? Can you see better? Sorry, that was all a bit blurry, wasn't it? That's a bit more in focus now. We're going to miss 2 chain. There's the one we've just worked into. 1, 2, and double crochet into the next chain. Again, 1 thread below, 2 threads above, pull it through, pull it through 2. 2 chain again. And keep doing that all the way along. Miss 2 chain, there's the one we've worked into, miss the next 2, double crochet into the third. As I said, single crochet if you're if you're American. 2 chain all the way to the end, 2 chain, miss 2, double crochet into the next stitch. So there we are, worked all the way along to the end. And when you get to the end, just make 1 chain to turn. Turn your work round and work 1 double crochet into the double crochet you've just made on the row below. There you go, 1, 2, 2 chain, 1, 2. Miss this chain space. Whoops, sorry. Miss the chain space. Double crochet into the next stitch. Make 2 chain, double crochet into the next stitch, which is the double crochet on the row below, and do that all the way along to the end. 2 chain, and then when you get to the next row you do exactly the same. 1 chain to turn. Can you hear that siren? Sitting in the car park at the moment in my car. There we go. 1 double crochet or single crochet if you're American. 2 chain. Oh, what was I saying? Yes, on the next row do exactly the same. 1 chain to turn, double crochet into the first one, 2 chain, double crochet into the next double crochet, all the way along. And you do that on, I'm getting a bit of a tangle here, sorry. You do that on every row until you have done, I can't remember, I'll just have to look at my little piece of paper where I wrote it down. How many rows? Until you have done 21 more rows. Right, and I'll carry on. I won't bore you doing 21 rows of that, and I'll start filming again when I've got there and show you how to finish it off. Okay, so I gave you the wrong number there. It's not 21 more rows, it's 22 more rows. And let's just go through that and count with you, just so you know exactly what you're doing, because it's very easy to count the first chain as a row. It's not a row. There's your first length of 26 chain along there. So there's your first row of chain. There's your first row that we did, where you worked into that chain. There's the next row where you did a double crochet into the double crochet below. 2 chain, double crochet, 2 chain, double crochet. Okay, and as at that point I said do 21 more rows, but actually you need to do 22 more rows after that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and then 22, the last row. Now, next, we're going to join together. Now you can just finish that off and stitch if you like, but it is a much quicker, easier way, so you don't have to go rooting around for a needle. Is to do 1 chain to turn as usual, turn it round, double crochet as usual into that stitch there, and what we're going to do is take the back and fold it up behind. I'm going to slip stitch into the equivalent position on the other edge, so that's into that chain there. Just do a slip stitch into there, yeah, and then do the 2 chain. So really in effect you're doing another row and at the same time slip stitching into the first edge. So double crochet as before, single crochet if you're American, and again into the back, slip stitch into the equivalent place, which is here, slip stitch into there, 2 chain, double crochet into the next stitch. Now this time I'm not going to slip stitch into the back because we need to leave a space for your thumb to go through, so we're just going to do 2 chain, without joining to the other edge, and double crochet into there. So on the back, I'm going to miss that one where we would have slip stitched before, and slip stitch into that space there. Oops, try that again. Pull it through the 2 loops, 2 chain into that one, double crochet, slip stitch into the equivalent space on there, 2 chain, all the way along right to the bottom, double crochet, slip stitch them together, and keep going till you get to the end. So there it is finished. Now you can either cut that end off and pull it through the loop to finish, or you can carry on and start working a pretty edging around the bottom, and then again another one around the top. Well, that's it. Simple as that.